Good evening. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be playing some Dragon Soul and hopefully getting some viewers to join us for the games. So let's just hop right to it. Dragon Soul is a board game inspired by the RTS genre, which I created. Not the RTS genre, but the board game, obviously. And it was a long time passion to try to create the feeling of playing an RTS game in a board game setting, because I've always been an avid poker player. I like the slower pace of things. I also actually developed an injury since I'm a musician as well, and I use my tendons quite a lot, so I got tendonitis from gaming and music combined, and all the reasons above ended up really making the concerted effort to bring Dragon Soul to the board. Now we are bringing the board game back online, which is a funny twist of fate, because I want to reach more players, and I want to play with people and build a community together and be able to enjoy the game more often than I can get my friends together to play with me, right? So there's a sort of a barrier is erased in a way when you play online. So anybody out there watching this, I implore you to join me for some games. I'm going to be here regularly. I'm planning on making this a long-term project. It took me about 10 years to get Dragon Soul together. In the first place, I think the first concept I had was of a globe game for some reason. I still have an idea that maybe we can turn the virtual version into a globe, but making a physical globe turned out to be a lot more challenging than I thought. But who knows? Maybe we'll make some special edition globe board game down the road. So from there, I always knew I wanted a sort of like a world domination game. I played Risk growing up. I love Risk, and then as a teenager, I got into Settlers of Catan. Took me many times playing that to actually why don't we load the game here? Get a nicer background here. Got the dragon. I've got the music turned off, but maybe I'll bring that up a little bit since we're talking about the game. We'll have it right here. So also all the music, the soundtrack is my original compositions. I am a professional composer and cellist, and gaming has always been a close second for my interest and time and passion. So what more can I say? I'm streaming every night. I will continue to tell you little bits and snippets of the Dragon Soul story, how it came together. One little fun thing is I'm also working on an opera by the same name, Dragon Soul, which is inspired by the backstory to the World of Warcraft video game. Actually, the Warcraft 3 campaigns, if you're familiar with those. This is maybe my life's work so far with the board game, and I think it's something extremely important to me, and I'm honestly just trying to build a community of people to find the game, try it. You have to like it. I think you need to give it a fair shot. It is pretty simple. I've been making some videos lately showing how the simplicity of it is deceptive. It might seem random, it might seem luck-based. I have gotten some criticism from the board game community that it is luck-based, and in my usual prickly manner, I would definitely debate that it is entirely luck-based. I know some very strong players. I myself would say I'm a strong player, but I'm not the best player I know. So that's sort of encouraging if I can confidently say that I have people I know who are actually better, Dragon Soul players. Hey Zenith, how are you doing? Appreciate your presence in the stream very much. I can definitely hear the Warcraft 3 influence. Yeah, definitely in the music. Got the Warcraft 3, also Warcraft 2. And actually, I'm gonna turn it down. I don't like it to just start over and over. Might figure out, maybe just have it play once. Very sensitive to these things, the musical component, and like you said, the sound sort of. This is also a little bit, we're in development right now. I have a programmer, developer who I hired who's working on the game, and as we speak, he is making the spell card expansion, which I couldn't be more excited about. It's going to give me so many more options to not just make videos about each card and tell you ideas of how you can use each one. There's all these surprise elements to it, but I'm also excited to see if the AI can handle the spell cards. In other news, this morning actually, we watched a video from a user on Twitter. Actually, if I could find it, I will maybe check it out. It was pretty interesting. But Zenith, if you're here, if you're ready to hop into a game, I don't want to just blab on and on. If you're around and you said you'd be up for a game, so I definitely want to take you up on that offer. So while we're waiting for him to join, I will look at our options here. I think a free-for-all would be pretty fun. So we got a larger map here. This was very cool. So the way this will work is this is a map I tried against the AI the other night. And what you have is we'll do this, and we'll do okay, great. Zenith is here, perfect. And there's a little bit of a stream delay, so I sometimes type just to be a little more efficient, but we want to make sure that we're not opposing each other. So gold and red, so the game, basically you can design it, customize the maps. This is a larger map, and it makes a big difference how the map is going to play. So you build castles on the grass hexes all over the place on this map. Lots of open space, as he says, and then the forests you cannot build on. There's no special forest ability or anything like that. One common question I get is, why don't the castles have a defensive ability? And people usually are disappointed if they want the castles to have like a garrison defensive ability. But I think the simplicity of the game sort of shines through here, because the fact that you can deploy units to your castles is already an inherent defensive ability. They're the quickest thing to reinforce. So I figured that was enough, that if you can actually put units directly on the castle, that counts as a defensive bonus. Maybe not a defensive bonus in the battle itself. However, with the spell cards, there are some special abilities. And just give you a sneak preview of how the spell cards are going to work, because I love talking about them. We tested it for the past 2 years, and there are 5 branches of spells. There are the battle spells. It's been a little while here. The movement and defensive spells. There are the disaster spells. There are the purely arcane magic-based spells. And then one more. What is the last one? Oh, of course, the dragon spells. The dragon and soulstone spells. So 5 different branches, and you have an option to decide whether or not you want a specific branch, and those decisions, I can get into at a later time. But lots of fun decisions to make of sort of which spells, school of spells you want to specialize in, unless they're besieged, of course, in which case you can't do dudes to the castle. Yes, so if you're next to a castle, the castle is under siege, you have the flame icon, and basically you can't deploy dudes to a besieged castle. Absolutely right. But if it's not under siege, then you are able to reinforce. So my philosophy is simple as best. It's part of why I made the game. I had heard that there are other games that sort of approximate an RTS style, but I'm one for simplicity, and learning complicated rules is not my forte, so I decided to go with creating the game that I want to play. And I feel successful, I feel like it's come together, and after making a big effort to bring it to the board game, I double or nothing, decided to double down and bring it online and program it for the online game in an attempt to find people to share it with and hopefully grow, if at least a small community, a community nonetheless. Yeah, the spells, I'm trying to post, hopefully I can keep that up and posting. Wow, look at Zenith's record here, 2-0. I'm not sure if it's all working properly. I think I got a win, so I think that's right. But undefeated here. Okay, great. So let's go. We're going to make sure we're not facing off against each other here. We'll do, he'll be there, and I'll be red. So I'm opposite him, and we both have to defeat our AI direct opponents here, and then we'll be in a face-off against each other, basically. So we'll hopefully, nobody will be throwing their monitors by the end of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 2 nights ago, Zenith joined the stream, and we played a cooperative game together. So I think that's a really fun thing you can do if you're just checking out the stream, is you can reach out to a friend. It's always a nice way to reach out to a friend and say, hey, do you want to try this easy, quick, short board game with me? We can play on a team against the AI. And the AI is quite competent. So the medium AI is the normal level. If you change it to easy, they get 1 less card per turn. If you change it to hard, they get 1 more card per turn. Very hard is 2 more cards per turn. It gets a little out of hand at that point. But I find the medium AI is a pretty reliable, decent opponent to play against. So without further ado, I think, well, let's just make these castles. We'll go up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one goes up to 11. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we'll do, okay, we'll have Zenith on green, and then we're most opposite. I think that does make sense. I just like to go, I usually am playing as gold, and you go first. I kind of like to go in the middle or later. Going first is an advantage, but we're just going to leave it like this. So, okay, I think we're ready to go. Last thing we could do is the fortified castles. Basically, the fortified castles allows you to use the besieged castle as to increase your battalion limit. Then we have Channel Soulstone. So we'll just do like this, which I think fortified castles makes it only slightly friendlier, but it doesn't make a huge difference. So let's just get to it, and I think we're ready to go. Alrighty. So I want to just give you an idea of sort of the theme of the night, and maybe in the future, is to show you that looks can be deceiving. And while it might look very simple, if you're familiar with poker, you have very simple options, check, bet, fold, that kind of thing. Here is similar. You have only a few things that you can decide to do in a battle, which card to play. But there is a fair amount of logical deductions you can make to figure out what increases your odds, sometimes rather dramatically. And if you're paying attention to your own gameplay, you can probably find that there might be a couple mistakes that you make in your logic in a given game. And sometimes you have to differentiate between being results oriented versus looking for what we call a positive EV, the expected value, or something like that. So what that basically is gonna mean is, I'll hopefully be able to show you pretty soon. So right now in this part of the game, okay, I've got a soul stone. That's kind of early for a soul stone. That's fantastic. I'm gonna put that here and be heading to the boneyard. I don't think anybody can do anything about that. I know blue is my immediate enemy here. Green is up top, Zenith. I don't think he'll be able to get to the boneyard in time to stop me, so I think we're in good shape. And yellow is too far away as well. AI is quite unpredictable. You don't know what they're going to do. Sometimes they have you by the throat, and then they just decide to let go and go somewhere else. It's kind of funny. Yellow decided to make another castle. That's kind of greedy, I think, considering how close we are together. That is something I can punish, and I'm going to do just that and contest his castle. Let's talk a little bit about our sort of strategic mindset here. So what we have is a battalion with an archer and a knight. That's fantastic on defense. This is actually hypothetically the unstoppable duo if you choose it each one correctly every time, which of course the odds of that is pretty small. But so that means I am by no means afraid to move to a spot where I can be attacked. So I want to be on defense. I'm glad to be on defense with an archer knight combo. So that's a positive thing about that combo. I've got it on this battalion number 1, and hopefully we'll be able to show you some other considerations, and these are all just things that increase your statistics of winning a battle. So while there is a randomness, there's also a psychological component. So people sometimes correctly point out that it's a bit like a rock, paper, scissors encounter. Okay, now we'll get the dragon. Okay, and we can probably go here. Here's a consideration. So dragons attack battalions. If we go here, then next turn, if they kill my battalion here, I'll be able to attack them. So dragons can fly anywhere on the map, whereas battalions have to move one space. However, dragons can only attack one space away. So I can fly and position myself anywhere, but a battalion can always run away. So if I go here, which I think I'm going to do, now next turn, if anybody of gold's battalions, if they kill my battalion 1, my dragon is in range to attack them next. I cannot attack them while they're in their castles. They're protected. So there's another defensive bonus that the castles have, as they protect you from dragons. The other consideration was this number 4, which is probably going to get a dragon itself, which I'm not a fan of, as dragons can kill each other, but they both die in that case. Okay, and we're waiting for green here. It looks like some battle's going on here. It looks like he's doing quite well. So it's a little bit of a race to see who can annihilate the AI opponent first. Okay, so when you only have one card in a battalion, it's definitely some randomness. The standard attack, he would be using a swordsman, but since he only has one unit, we don't have too much information, so It's a little bit 50-50. However, what you need to realize is that if this is a swordsman, then there's a little bit of logic. If it's a swordsman, we play the knight, we win. If it's not a swordsman, then we're not afraid. He can't kill the archer at all anyway, and we can still sit here. So it's probably best to play the knight. Okay, it was an archer. That's okay, because we're in a good spot with our battalion here to sit here and deny his income. So he can't kill me, I can't kill him, but his castles are under siege and mine are free to deploy another battalion, which is what I'm going to do right away. This is a great spot to be in. We're denying 2 of his castles. If we move here, we're going to allow him to deploy more units here. We don't really want that. So we're just going to stay where we are, hold position. And I can see, we're going to move this guy out, and I can see that his number 4 definitely looks like it's getting ready to go for a dragon. Now we can move up here and stop any reinforcements from coming back around, because they'll have to pass this spot right here. Excuse me. So how's it going on the other side of the map? Looks very good. Green is he's got to face this larger battalion that 4 has. Oh, okay, lost a couple there. We'll see. So now he's lost access to 2 of his castles, but he's also contesting 2 of Blue's castles. So right now it looks a little bit neck and neck on that side of the map. And we're still rooting for him anyway. We want a nice game, and we don't want to end up playing against the AI, but I think that's pretty unlikely, since I've got full confidence in Green's strategic maneuvers here. Okay, so he took out one of those battalions. That's great. Here we are. So here's the AI. I know that he has an archer here. So this was something we'll look at in the tutorial today, which is that people or somebody was confused that the cards change in the AI, but they don't change in yours. That's not true. The cards stay the same. So we know this is an archer, but he hasn't seen ours, so he's making the best decision he can, which is he needs to free up his castles. However, we happen to know that he has no chance to do that. Okay, so yeah, 4 was getting a dragon. Not great, but gold is in a rough spot, so I think we're not too worried. I missed a chat here. That could have gone better, also could have gone worse. Yeah, it looked like it was some trades back and forth. I think that Green got the better of it. So how do we want to play this? I guess we want to run from the dragon. We want to still contest this castle, so it's a pretty easy move to there. And we're going to bring our 2nd battalion up to get that castle. So you can't really annihilate players completely. If they have anything on the map, they can use it. So if we let gold just hang out with a dragon for the rest of the game, we might have some interesting cases on our hand here. But first we're going to just try to take his castles. That's what we need. To be honest, I got lucky. They had multiple knights and multiple spearmen on defense. Oh, that works out nicely. And I hope it continues to. We've got blue. Blue's looking pretty scary at the moment. I hope everything is under control. Let's see. He's got 3 there. How many soldiers do they have? He's got 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're even in soldiers. And then we'll have to see how this goes. Is Blue going for a dragon himself? Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, so here's what we know. The AI has some ability to track your units. So they know that number 1 has an archer, and they'll definitely remember that. So... Oops, that was a misclick. Definitely not what we meant to do. But it's not the worst thing in the world. If we read that his number 3 was trying to attack our number 1, then we can deduce that that's probably a swordsman. We wanted to go back here so that our number 2 could then capture him after he does that. But, oh well, mistakes were made. We need to make sure to finish off yellow or gold. Moving our dragon here, again, to protect our battalion if anybody wants to attack it. This should be okay, I think. Yeah, so a little misclick in this turn. Maybe a good time to show off some of the soundtrack that I put some work into. It's about a half hour long. So we're waiting for Green to figure out what his decision tree is here. Relocated to the basement. Okay, so he moved location, and for some reason the chat is showing up in a different spot. Jessica, welcome to the stream. We're good. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. This is Dragon Soul, a board game that I invented, and now it's in the development phase for bringing it online. And we've got a 4-player free-for-all going on right now. And we have 2 AI opponents, and then Green is a viewer. If you want to join in the game, go to dragonsoulboardgame.com, and it's free to play, and we'll be very happy to have you and get some games going. Okay, let's see. Well, that looks like Green has taken the lead over here. Looking pretty good. We can... So right now we are playing with the Fortified Castles. The Fortified Castles game mode. So that's going to allow us to deploy a 3rd battalion, which we're going to do right now. Oh shit, AFK 1 moment, tornado siren going off. That sounds not like great news. Okay. Not sure what this number 3 is doing here. And here we're going to take this guy out. That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about strategy here. The first thing I did was use a knight, because I have 3 of them. Easy decision. Now the second decision here is he just played a spearman. So we know one of them is a spearman. We don't know what else he has. I'm leaning towards archer, and I think it's important to make sure you figure out what the actual reasons are. So let's walk through this for a second. He's got a spearman, got 2 others. We want to save the swordsman. We're really afraid of losing the swordsman to a knight if he has a knight. Archer beats knight, archer beats spearman. So I think that's our best choice, and we have a backup in case we lose it. Great, perfect. That's a knight. Okay, so now we know one of them is a spearman, one of them is something else. Now we can afford to lose a swordsman, because even if it's a knight, we can kill either of them with the archer. Okay, now the last one. We don't want to lose any of these guys. I'd definitely rather lose a spearman and figure out what he has. It's a spearman, so we take him out with the archer. Okay, we're moving our 3rd battalion up, and our dragon is ready, so we'll move over here. Okay, so I think Green said he's moved to the basement. That was a while ago. I missed he said the tornado siren. He's got a blue is on his front doorstep here with 7 guys, so he's having a little difficulty taking out the AI opponent here. We'll see how that goes this turn. And we're doing quite well on our side, contesting both the gold castles. We're about 1 turn away from having all of his castles, so that's great. Something I was going to say, I just forgot. Oh no, with the unfortunate turn of events, it looks like Gold has decided to go rogue, and he's headed straight for Green's first castle, unprotected. So that's the nature of a free-for-all. Sometimes you get attacked on both sides. Now we can easily take both his castles, we're protected from his dragon, and we can even posture to build another one, or just start moving out. So we're playing to win. So I think we're fine with Gold going and backstabbing Green over here. What we can do is we're gonna try to. Green still looks like he's the stronger player. We're gonna push Blue back towards Green's castles this way. Well, okay, Blue decided to build. So I wrote the music for this game, actually. I'm a composer. And this right here, this is the Dragon's theme, and it happens twice in the soundtrack. This is the second time where it's a little bit different. So if you listen to some of these notes here, if you're a music nerd like me, you might enjoy some of these dissonances. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, it's looking a little rough for Green, who was ahead. Now the Blue has made his way and taken over one of his castles. So it looks like he's going for a sort of base trade approach, stealing Blue's castles at the same time. And he's got to deal with Gold coming up here, and then we're soon to follow behind. So we'll build a castle here and add more battalions to it. One, two, and we're gonna stay here. I wanted to share something with you. I really enjoy creating artwork. I make all kinds of art, like logos, banners, overlays, emotes, and more. I've also created art for quite a few clients. Jessica, thank you for sharing that, and that's good to know. So I think currently my artwork is done, but I will maybe at some point for like posts or social media, if you have some ideas, we could maybe collaborate and figure out how to help each other, and possibly some like art relating to the game or something with dragons. Maybe we could figure out something. So definitely I'll be in touch about that. So thanks for sharing. This battalion, we're afraid of Gold's dragon here. Predict a loss. Yeah, it's looking a little tough at the moment for Green, but I don't want to stall the game anymore. Oop, I don't know if that was my smartest move. I sort of helped him out. We want maximum pain inflicted on all of our opponents. Green is not looking like he's ahead. They look like they're pretty much stuck killing each other, and I'm the stronger force here. Hopefully gonna swoop in and take the game. Probably the better move was to go here and just be more of a nuisance, but I ended up deflecting Gold off of here. Are you red? Yes, I am red, and this was a 4-player free-for-all. Gold is an AI. I defeated Gold. Blue is an AI. Green is a player, and he is locked in battle with Blue, and it's been a little bit back and forth. So if he's not able to wipe out Blue pretty soon, then I think the horde of red is coming soon. So there's a lot of different ways to structure the games, a lot of flexibility. If you have a buddy you want to play with, you can decide to team up and play against the AI, which is a fairly competent opponent, and You can also play free-for-alls, so that's what this is right now. And basically, we can kill this. Okay, great. We'll talk about the dragon battles later, but I need to make sure to finish my thought from time to time. Gotta get those clips. I'm trying to reach people through the clips, and hopefully, if you're seeing this, if this is clipped, or if you're somehow seeing it on the live stream, we're looking for more players to join the community and try Dragon Soul. I don't know if that's trash talking. Just saying, he said he thinks he's done here. Okay, it's a stalemate. Jessica, you can drop your Discord or Instagram. Yes, that's a good idea. I think I have the Discord here. Let me see if it's still not in my copy paste. We'll add that. One second here, and wait. I can be quite illiterate with oh, I should have the Nightbot just dropping the Discord as well. Okay, let's keep this going. Yeah, we're looking pretty comfy. We got a nice full-fledged battalion with different units in it, so great. I see you joined the Discord. That's fantastic. The Discord's in the link. I'm kind of new to Discord, so you know, if anybody has ideas how to grow it, I've got to do more research. Also how to sort of best way to use it, all that stuff. We've really only started last week with all the social media. We're having a great time, meeting a lot of interesting people, and it's a big world of game developers, and I'm getting some great feedback. Yeah, it's just great. It's tough to kind of put yourself out there, but once you're in the water, you know, I think it gets comfortable. But definitely a little scary at first, streaming, putting my face out there, all that kind of stuff. I think so long as you're enjoying what you're doing, then everything will work out. Pushing yourself to do something you don't really want to do, it's a tough line to straddle because, you know, life. But so now it looks like green is taking control of the other side, but it might be too little, too late, unless Gold's dragon here sort of saves him, or, you know, all you need is a couple battles to go your way, but I'm still in a good position here. I like that. You like what? You like that, I don't know. What do you like? The game, I hope? Yeah, so Nightbot saying, if you beat me in a game of Dragon Soul, I'll give you a code for a free copy of Dragon Soul. Code is not updated, but the bot is still there, so the offer still stands. If you join a game, if you play me in a one-on-one and you win, you will win a free copy. And that applies to everyone. Zenith, if you're listening, then that absolutely applies to you as well. I would be more than happy to send you a free copy, as you have been the first viewer to play the online game with me, other than my personal friends, so that's extremely exciting. You like your own game, you seem to enjoy playing it. Yeah, that's true. This is a game I created, and my goal, I never wanted to be someone who creates games. My goal, and this is true for music too, is to create something that I would enjoy. That's all I try to do. I think, what do I want to exist out there? And I decided, what is a game going to feel like? I want to play an RTS game, but in a board game format. I love, you see like in the, Game of Thrones or any sort of old war movie, you're moving the pieces on the map. Just that epic feeling of moving your battalions and gauging. I'd love a giant version of Dragon Soul, like a huge, like on a billiard table size with like big busts for the battalions, and like if we go here, then like we're gonna be open on our flank or whatever. Like this kind of strategic maneuvering is what makes it super fun, and that's what you do in an RTS game. You do it quickly, but that's what I wanted to capture in Dragon Soul, and I think that we pretty much it's come out as I dreamed. I would say, within a 95%, success or something like that. Okay, we're gonna start turning down the music, and yeah, everything's going well. Now we're launching our attack across the map. We've taken the first castle on the halfway point. All we have is our leftover nemesis, Gold, whose dragon has decided to be a thorn in my side, which you never know how these things are going to go. It might save green. This might be a good time for me to try to start threatening his dragon with mine, because having his dragon on the map adds a lot more volatility, and when I'm in a winning position, I don't want volatility. I want a nice, smooth, steady finish here without any unnecessary surprises. Okay, okay, it's Green's turn. Let's see how this turn shapes up for him. Yeah, he looks like he's about to take out Blue. So he did win in the end. I mean, I think it's very unlikely he's not going to finish that. But he probably has some decisions to make up north here. He needs to make sure he can defeat this battalion and my number one. It only has one guy in it, but it's quite cumbersome if he doesn't take it out. Okay, so it looks like he wasn't able to take out either of them, but he's in a spot to do that next turn. However, one of the things you can do when your battalion is sort of already in their base is you can think of it like, oh, okay, he does still have his 6. Never mind. It looks like we'll be... Alright, this is a first encounter across the map. We've made it to his side. And yes, he has a swordsman, so he takes us out. So this is what we wanted to avoid. We've got Gold's Dragon attacking our largest battalion, 13. So we're risking a minimum of 8 units if we play the ballista. If we play the shield wall, we're risking all 13 units. So it's a tough decision, but we definitely are going to take the less risky option. And that worked out for us. So Gold's dragon is dead. Now our biggest concern is eliminated, and we should be in the clear. So we send the full assault, and this is the exciting part of the game. We try to make a clean sweep here. Okay, so we do have. So we're going to walk through some of our thinking here. So we, even though it'll maybe give away a little bit of our strategy, but that's okay. We have plenty of swordsmen and knights in here, so it probably won't be too difficult. We're just laying in with the swordsman and hoping doesn't have knights. I think we just have a very strong battalion, and it looks like he saved his swordsman for the end, which is a smart move, but I think our battalion is just overpowered there. And with our dragon, we just want to be as annoying as possible, so we're going next to his battalions here. Whenever he tries to defend, the dragon is there to pick off any stragglers, or take on the whole battalion. So going back to the gold dragon for a second. The way the dragon works is you have a all-in attack that the dragon does, the flame breath, that can kill an entire battalion. By the way, there is no limit to how many cards you can place in your battalions. So people often think, maybe a lot of other games have like a limit, like only 5 cards can go in your battalions. There's as few rules as possible in Dragon Soul. So you can have as many guys as you want in your battalion, but there's a trade-off. So the larger your battalion is, the scarier it is when you end up facing against a dragon. So if you're very greedy and put all your guys into one battalion, you just need to hope that they don't get a soulstone, summon their dragon, and if they do, their 2 dragon attacks will either destroy your entire battalion or half your battalion. So that is a big incentive to use your multiple battalions and make sure that you're not just piling them all into one. Jessica says, I just send you request on your Discord. Done. Accept it. Here is mine, Jessica Allen. Okay. So I think he's calling it GG here, and we'll go here, conquer this, attack this, and Soulstone first. Something's wrong with the colors right now for the chat, but these are programmer problems. Now we can't actually beat that archer, funny enough. 5, 6, and we can go here. Okay, so yeah, this is wrapping up here. Pretty much impossible for us to lose at this point. All his battalions are out on the map. Well, actually, because we're playing fortified castles, he is able to use his burning castles, his contested castles, as to allow him to deploy more battalions. So generally, castles have 3 uses. One is they increase your income, so you can draw an extra soldier card at the start of your turn for every one of your castles. They also give you more places to deploy your soldiers, so you can only deploy at your castles. And third benefit of the castles is that they allow you to create more battalions. So your battalion limit is equal to your current castle quantity. So it all works nicely, and castles are the win condition. So here, up here on the top left, you have 8 is how many total castles you currently have. Then the second number is how many of those castles are uncontested currently. And then the third number is how many you need to win. And to win, you need to get those castles and then hold them for until the start of your next turn. So it's not really like a bingo, you hit the castle limit and instantly win. You actually need to securely hold them until the start of your next turn, which is not too difficult. Okay, so here we see he has an archer and a knight. This is the tricky combo, but that's a nice spot to throw in some spearmen and just see, try to figure out if he's got any other knights in there. So as a kind of scout, and then the last one maybe is he's held off that archer in the last one, so that delays the inevitable a little bit because our swordsman needs to reset. Another soul stone. And dragon can't really do much there. But yeah, just smiley face. Soulstone's like a caterpillar that never got to turn into a butterfly. So we had 2 of them, but so yeah, looks like this is just a stage of Age of Empires where you've pretty much lost already, but you decide to send your workers all over the map and build new town centers wherever you can, and who knows, maybe they won't be able to find you for 20 minutes or something. Not even sure we need to deploy these yet. We're just kind of making the march. Yeah, we'll want to attack this. So just holding out to not be last. Is there somebody else still alive? I'm not even sure. Is Blue still in the game? I think Blue's dead. So he's got a knight on defense. So we'll start using our knights, and you sort of get a sense of a player, as you play them, the layers of the meta just compound. Oh, here's Blue, I see. Yeah, Blue's got one more guy here. I didn't see Blue's hiding his burning castle there. We'll go here. Blue's just like, not dead yet. But I like this format of the 2-on-2. Yeah, we'll finish this here, I think. I don't think he's got more than one knight left. Okay, maybe. Alright, he's got the knight archer. Oh no. We gotta take out those knights. Okay, let's just keep taking him out. We'll save our archer. If he's got one more knight, that might be a little bit of a problem. Oh, he does have one more knight. Okay, so we got a 50-50 chance here. We need We needed to pick the knight, so this is just pure luck or mind games, however you want to look at it. So we're just going to go with draw straws and see what happens. Oh, nice. We win that. Yeah, the chat's a little hard to see. I'll have to figure that out. The draw straws is actually can be useful sometimes when you just feel like you know you're going to make the wrong decision or something. Oh, he's got another knight archer. Too funny. Okay, we use a couple spearmen. There we go. That's when the spearmen are handy. That's actually the best use of spearmen, is when you just don't want to lose any more of your better units. Okay, and that should be game. I mean, definitely is game. Nice. Well, that was a pretty long game. I hope I wasn't taking too long with all the commentary. So we can look at my stats first. Nice high score. I think that's the highest score I've seen in a game so far. Draw 75 guys. Look at this record, 40 to 27. It'd be kind of nice to see what that is, but we can figure that out. That's about 57% or something, I'm guessing. 40 over 27. Hey Siri, what's 40 divided by 27? Okay, I don't really know how to do math. But yeah. So, wait, is it the other way? Hey Siri, what's 27? Oh wait, I know. Hey Siri, what's 40 divided by 67? There we go. Yeah, so that's just about 60%. Game length is definitely partially due to being new at the game. Yeah, well, that's great. I mean, it shows there's something to think about. If you're just randomly clicking buttons, then you're not doing something right. So let's look at green statistics here. That was Zenith. Definitely had a rough time with the battalion's battles did not go his way against the AI. So I think there's a little bit of experience. The AI tends to get a little bit predictable over time. So, you know, that's just kind of how that goes. Yeah, I hope everything's okay. He said there was a tornado siren. And blue defeated, lost. Yeah, so, and then gold just, gold made a fatal mistake early on, building an extra castle when I was already, like, pretty much right next to him. Then I can just conquer his castles. Yeah, we're just going to create another map and see, I don't know if Zenith can join again, or if somebody else wants to join. We might just, post the map, and if any of you are watching, Jessica, if you're still watching, you are more than welcome to join in a game, and I can walk you through it during the game and tell you how to play. If anybody else is watching, you are all invited to join. If you just go to dragonsoulboardgame.com, the game link will pop up first thing, and you click play now, and it's an in-browser game, no download, 100% free. You can sign in as a guest, and alright, we got Zenith back in the game. Let's put these on difficult, and we're team 2. That's fine. I think we're gonna go second. We'll stay on the same team. Okay, we'll have him go first. Yeah, whatever. Don't need to overdo it. Overthink it. Overthink everything or nothing. Here we are. Everything. So well, let's just explain. We'll try all game modes. Terror dragons are stronger. So you'll have to kind of like look at the diagram. And then oh yeah, there is the info right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, dragons are hard to get. Yeah, but you can mix the modes. Yeah, so you don't need to play with, we could take off everything. We could take this off, now it's mixed. So it's very customizable. I also actually had one more game mode idea that I'm really excited to try, called Entropy, I'll call it. And basically the way that's going to work is, so the deck is 104 cards. After you go through the deck once, the game will change so that every time you conquer a castle, instead of conquering it, it gets destroyed. And then the win condition changes from, how many castles you need to win to just be the last player with castles in the map. So it becomes like an elimination. So that way the resources kind of deplete over the map. So you might end up with just one-on-one at the end or something like that. And I think it's going to be a really cool way to play. And we're going to try that in the real life stream as a play test, and probably program that into this game as well. And it's so great to have an online version because the game is still alive. I'm making maps every day. I'm thinking of new ways to play and sort of keep it interesting. And because I play it so frequently and I do enjoy it, I inevitably think of ways that I can kind of mix it up and liven it up a bit. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that, and all sorts of other fun. So let's talk for 1 second about the map before we start, because I want to highlight sort of some of the strategic thinking that you need to, the first things you think about when you start a game, actually. It might look like you just build your castles, but you need to, especially by your second or third castle. What happened here? That's too bad. Let's try one more time. We got disconnected. Isolation, no. Which one was it? Double cross. That's too bad. I hope it's all working on Zenith's side here. So anyway, it's a good opportunity to just chat about the map. So what you basically want to look at here, and maybe I'll add descriptions, but these two hexes are only one space away from each other, and that means that you need to be very careful if you decide to build this castle. It might look like it's an easy build, easy decision, but you do need to actually think carefully if it's in your interest to do that, or what. Let's see, is this is the game loading? See if Zenith is coming back to the game here. So yeah. So you look at the space you are, the distance you are from their castles when they build their last castle in their base. Uh, then you look at the order. I think this is just a glitch. The castle is supposed to start here. Everybody starts in the same spot. Uh, and you then the other thing you decide is how close or when you want to send your battalions over to the opponent. So let's say, for instance, you get 3 spearmen in the beginning. You probably don't want to start sending your battalions over to the other side with just 3 spearmen. If you get 3 swordsmen, then maybe you're going to be more inclined to play an aggressive game early on. But then you have the psychology aspect. If they know that's how you're playing, then maybe it's not what you want to do. You think that they're reading you, so to speak. That's where the poker kind of comes into play, where you've seen someone play, you've seen how they play, you play with them a bit, and you're going to try something a little bit to catch them off guard. So I hope everything is working here. Maybe I'll just double check. Is our stream running? Good. We have, are we still running here? No. Not sure that we are. Looks like